Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Love Your Vibe podcast. I'm your host, Reverend Sean Robert Grant. It's funny. Excuse me. Reverend Sean Robert Grant is what I was saying here as your host. Happy, as always, to be with you. Sharing information, sharing insight, sharing wisdom, sharing love in the very best way that I know how to. And so what's really fantastic is being able to be in a place to where wisdom continually flows from a divine place. And it's so simple that if you really wanted to, you could teach a child how to accept it and how to implement it. Before I get into what topic I want to focus on today, I really want to encourage you, if you have kids or if you have, let's say you're a teacher, let's say you're surrounded by younger individuals. The reason a lot of kids struggle is because their parents or their guardians or whoever the authority figures are really set them up for failure, And that's something that, we can't really do from now on, because a lot of us, and I say us, I'm talking about millennials and the Generation X kids and even the baby boomers, we were so programmed to fail, it's not even funny. I'm sitting up here, just finished a lot of work today and wanted to kind of start relaxing, and Netflix is like one of my favorite things. The cool thing about Netflix is, and still being an actor, I can watch it as an actor and I can watch it as just, being entertained, but I'm really, really loving the documentaries. And so, one of my favorites is QB1, and then this new one called Basketball or Nothing. And it's a great documentary because it's basically, just to kind of give you an overview, it's documenting a high school basketball team in Chinle, Arizona, which is an Indian reservation. Okay? And so, the moral story is these kids, they have it really difficult, to a degree. And it's one of those things that the struggle has been perpetuated from the parents, which has then been perpetuated from the grandparents and the great-grandparents. And so what happens is all these people know is struggle. All they know is hardship. So this lady who's one of the moms of the kids on the basketball team, she comes on and she basically just, they got to fill up their water. They take their water from a lake or a pond, and then they filter it and bring it back to the house. But she basically says that, in as many words, I just want my son to know that if he desires to get better in life, he's got to work hard, because life is hard. Life is not easy. Life will bite you in the ass. Life will kick your butt. And with all this work in evolutional consciousness that I'm doing, I literally find myself in this position, right? I literally find myself in this position, thinking to myself, no wonder these kids are having such a hard time, because they're programmed to believe that life is not working for them. Life is not working in their favor, that they have to fight. And then you know what happens? They continually have to fight and continually have to be in a space to where they are facing circumstances that will not let them succeed, because it's their own circumstances. And then most people say, well, that's BS, that's bull. But it's true. How can behavior be perpetuated over the course of 3 to 4 to 5 generations, and nobody figure it out yet as to what has to change? And the thing that has to change is the beliefs. So all I'm saying, because because I went off on a tangent for about 5 minutes there, as I normally do, if you're listening on a regular basis. Your kids are so important. And regardless of what you believe, let them think the absolute best of this world. You know, moms. The reason I say moms is because, you know, mothers are oftentimes so overprotective of their kids that they scare the bejesus out of them. And your kids are like nervous all the time and they're not really sure of what to do. They can't act with confidence. And it kind of falls in line with what I talked about yesterday when the topic was, you know, instead of trying to not mess up, you know, just go full throttle on the gas. But most kids don't know how to do that because their parents program them to expect failure. You know, they don't want to get their hopes up, but you got to get in and get your feet dirty, get your hands dirty, roll around in the mud a bit, live life. Know that life is working out for you as long as your beliefs understand that life is working out for you, okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there, but let me get into today's topic because this is really, really awesome. And this is really something that's such an integral part. If we're going to live our highest potential, if we're going to have our greatest success, greatest fulfillment, the mind, the body, and the spirit have to come into alignment. And I called it the mind, body, spirit vibration in manifestation. Okay? So when I say mind, body, and spirit, when I talk about mind, what I'm referring to is your thoughts, your feelings, your words, right? Your mental attitude is what your mind is. When I say your body, I'm talking about your health, your vitality, your energy, your ability to recover, be resilient, to be immune. And then when I say spirit, I'm discussing your soul. I'm discussing your spiritual nature. Fourth dimension, okay? So what tends to happen in most human beings is that one or two of these areas are really vibrating at a high level, and then another one really suffers, and suffers greatly. It's almost non-existent. Ever so often, off the bat, you find somebody who basically is vibrating very high on every level, and that person appears to effortlessly manifest success, fulfillment, and everything that they truly desire. And that's where we want you to be. That's where we desire you to be, because at that point, not only are you manifesting effortlessly, but you are in such a magnificent position to always have life working out for you. You just don't have to hold anything back. You don't have to be afraid of anything, because let me tell you something. When you're vibrating at that level, that means you've already figured out the truth. And the truth of the matter is that life is working for us. Life is offering us all the joy and excitement and thrills that we can consciously accept. But in the same token, the universe is impersonal. See, I believe God is personal, but the universe is impersonal because the universe is moving by infallible laws. So if your thoughts are on negativity, lack, life is hard, blah, 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 such and such, that's exactly what you're going to get back. It just mirrors back to you what you truly feel about life. So it goes, a perfect way to put it is, your life is a depiction of what you truly believe life to be. That is your reality. Your life is a depiction of what you truly believe life to be. And so if you're struggling, if you're not making the cut, if you're at a job where you don't like it, if you just know that something can be better, here's a solution. Transform all the thoughts that you have, because it's those thoughts that are keeping you in that situation. That's all you got to do. Transform those thoughts. Okay? And so once we do that, once we take care of transforming those thoughts and build a greater self-talk, life itself is going to transform. It's going to start slowly, but then it's going to put itself in a position to transform so much, right, that it's going to be unrecognizable to you. Because if you've been programmed to believe that life sucks and life is hard and life is not working out for you, when life really starts to work out for you, the first thing you're going to start to think is, wait a minute, why is this like this? You're going to wait for the other shoe to drop. But the fact of the matter is, keep thinking positively. Keep pouring on the positive, uplifting, vibrational thoughts and feelings, and everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. And life will continue to give you that. And that's as simple as it is. See, you're in control. You're in control of what life offers you. Okay? And you have to know that. You have to know it. You have to believe it. You have to trust it with all of your heart. Because if you can get yourself to that place, you're going to do some really fantastic things. You're going to have some really fantastic experiences in your life. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. If you believe nothing else, believe that, right? So getting back to this mind, body, spirit vibration, we basically have already talked about how to get the mind to a higher level. Think high vibrational thoughts. Feel high vibrational feelings. If something negative comes up and it looks like it's going to tip the scale and move you towards experiencing negativity over and over and over, say no thank you. I choose to believe that life is working out for me. I choose to be positive in this regard. And then don't think a negative thought again. Or I can't say don't think, but just focus on all things that are positive, all the things that you desire for your life. That's going to help your mind to vibrate at a high level. But then we go down to body, okay? And the issue sometimes with body is that people only feel like body is fitness or body is nutrition. But it goes so much further than that, right? Coming from someone who's a fitness professional for almost 20 years, actually over 20 years, it's about fitness. It's definitely about nutrition and getting foods that really make you feel good. I'm not saying you have to cut out what you eat, but it definitely helps to get foods that really kind of pick you up and make you feel good about yourself. And then the thing that most people are unaware of, energy, right? Energy is so very important to the body vibration. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference. I started doing EFT about 3 years ago, as well as Qigong and Tai Chi. And when I can honestly tell you, like, my energy seems to never run out. I can wake up early and literally go to bed at 2, wake up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and be completely fine. Because my energy can go for like 20 hours without feeling like I'm falling apart. And another thing that attributes to that is also very high vibrational for your body, the area of your body, is water. Keep a glass of water with you all day long. Drink it. Even if you have to go to the bathroom, whatever it is, drink that water, because that water is going to raise your vibration absolutely as high as it possibly can be. And here's why. So you got to connect the dots, because why would the entire planet be almost or more than 70% water and it not be something that we need in order to not survive, but to thrive? Just kind of connect the dots. It covers 70% of the planet. you know? So that means that this element is something that is so important for us in our energy fields in our bodies, right? Because everything is energy. You know, your thoughts are energy, your feelings are energy, your words are energy, the actions you do are energy. Everything is vibrating at a resonance, at a frequency. And it's important to ensure that everything around you, everything in you is vibrating at a high level. So it's this energy work. Look into these things, EFT, Qigong, Tai Chi. Even if you don't know what you're doing at first, there's some great instructional videos on YouTube telling you how to do Qigong for beginners. And there's this guy, I think it's like the first video that comes up. He walks you through an entire routine that keeps you feeling, that just makes you feel amazing. And it allows your energy to just go for hours and hours. And it's just the most fantastic thing. And it amps up the vibration of your body, right? Okay, so that's mind, that's body, and now spirit. Spirit, once again, deals with your soul. If you're truly going to be fulfilled in a capacity that you don't even really recognize or understand right now, you have to connect to your soul. You have to connect to your soul. There is not a person walking this earth that is completely fulfilled, that is not connected to their soul and connected to the oneness, divine, the God in me, the God in you, the all that is, the ever-present, whatever. There's not a person walking this earth that is completely fulfilled, that is not connected to this source within themselves. And all you have to do is close your eyes, lay down, take a deep breath, and just say, I desire to connect. Open up to me. What would you reveal to me? And just breathe and just watch it and watch how you connect. You know, me, I've taken it a step further. Not only do I lay down to meditate, but I go out to the lake in my backyard and I talk. I talk to the divine. I ask the divine questions. I bounce ideas off the divine. And then throughout the day, I'll get insight on so many different things. And the only way I can get insight is if I'm vibrating high enough to be receptive to what the divine is telling me. And it's just honestly that simple. It's just that simple, guys. You know, it's just a matter of committing yourself to ensuring that you're going to do what you need to vibrate on these levels, right? And so the first question most people would ask is, oh gosh, now I have to give up something. No, it's not about that. I used to learn, or I used to be taught in religion growing up as a Catholic, that God would take away all the things that felt good. That's not the case. All God wants for you is to do the very best with what you have right now while progressing towards getting better. So that means if you're getting drunk or getting high, maybe cut back on that a bit. See what type of difference it makes. You know, if you got a sweet tooth like me, maybe cut back on eating so many different sweets. Just to kind of see what difference it makes for you. Life is about trying things out and seeing how they work. You don't have to you don't have to go cold turkey and say, I'm done with this. No, go out, still have a good time, but don't get stupid drunk, because then you put yourself at risk and you really put your vibration at risk, you know? But enjoy yourself. Have a beer, have a glass of wine, have some sake, whatever it may be. You know, from a mental standpoint, it can be something as different as you decide that you're going to read more throughout the day, read more uplifting material. You know, my Facebook is set up to where the only information I receive on a certain icon is the information that inspires me, the information that uplifts me. That way I don't have to look at trash and gossip when I'm going to my Facebook. I just click on that icon and it gives me all the insight, information, empowerment, inspiration that I need, and that helps my vibration. So if I do have to get on Facebook, I can make it work out as an advantage for me, you know? And it's just simple stuff like that. Simple stuff like that. You know, for your body, it may be taking a walk at night. It may be waking up and going for a swim. It may be, you know, doing a short workout before bed and maybe doing an extra workout during the week. That's where spirit comes in. Consult your inner guidance. See what works best for you, right? Because when all these areas are firing on all cylinders, you will be firing on all cylinders. And when you're firing on all cylinders, you can best believe in the most effortless way possible, your life is going to transform in an absolute, amazing, wonderful way. And it's going to be successful. It's going to be fulfilled. You're going to realize that your potential keeps getting greater and greater and greater. You're going to look back on certain years and you'll be like, wow, I can't believe I've come this far, because that's what happens. There's always a higher vibration. There's always a higher level of vibration for you to reach. And you just keep growing. And you keep growing. And you keep growing. And that's all there is to it. Enjoy the process. Do it to feel good, not to get anything. And I promise you, you will take your life to a whole new level. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a pleasure, as always. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.